So the big news is House of the Dragon. Not a lot of new information, but the big news here is we have release date, which is going to be August 21st. At first, I thought they meant August 2021. I was a little confused, but okay. And I like the angle of the new Rhaenyra picture they posted. She looks very. I don't want to say she looked ugly before, but those angles that we saw her in were not very flattering.
They gave her a very sour kind of look, I would say. The original stuff where that she released the shots, but the new ones, they look
much better
shot. Yeah.
Matt Smith, your arch nemesis, Matt Smith, who for some reason
I really like
you fucking for some reason you think he's the ugliest guy on the planet.
No, I really like him. He's just a really funny looking dude. Come on. I really like. Can't I like a dude who's like funny looking,
Well, regardless of how funny looking he is, that looks like a fucking wig. That really, I feel bad for that. And then we have, Viserys, Daemon, Targaryen, Rogue Prince.
I by the way, when we start talking about Moon Knight, I'll also talk about like how I think Hollywood needs to just stop with the freaking like no one has a receding hairline bullshit. Like just stop it. Like everyone looks so unnatural. Like just let people have fucking receding hairlines. Stop taping like these like low wig filled hairlines across the middle of people's foreheads because it looks fake as fuck.
You think so? Huh?
Like, oh my god, just stop it. Stop it. Just stop it. Like everyone knows where hair grows, and it's not an inch above your eyebrows as a 60-year-old man. Like just stop it. Okay? So yeah, Matt Smith has that. The guy playing Viserys has that. Just stop. Like who believes it takes it. I don't know. I mean, maybe like as a bald man, like or a very balding man, like I notice this sort of stuff, but I think most men like think about their hairline and know about hairlines. So when they see a 60-year-old man with a hairline that's straight across from the middle of their forehead, they go, that it just looks fake,
I mean, as someone with a full head of hair, sometimes I wish I was bald because it's a hassle. My buddy Bryson is just super afraid of losing his hair.
I think it's something that's also just gotten worse in the past 20 years. I just don't think they were doing this like more than 20 years ago. Like I just been seeing the fake hair and this thick heads of hair on like older characters more and more. And I don't know. I mean, it may be that I think that wigs are now a bigger thing in Hollywood. Like people want to have different hairstyles and they as actors and appearing out and about, and they don't want to be limited by casting and stuff like that. But
maybe the actor or actress, because sometimes they suffer from that as well. Maybe they have requested it. Maybe the character they're playing needs to look like that.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, they all have to have silver hair and all of that crap. But like, I don't know. It's just I think that the wigs look dreadful. And the thing is, they looked dreadful in Game of Thrones. Like, we all joke about the Rhaegar wig and how bad it looked, and stuff like that. So, I mean, it's tough. Wigs on men, I guess we're more sensitive to it because men have shorter hair, and so. But I don't know. It just looks horrible. They look horrible. Ugh.
The only wig here I think it looks horrible is on Rhaenys, the queen who never was. We have a picture of her at Corlys and Rhaenys. He looks good. Her dreadlock. I'm assuming she put her hair that way, as a way, to not better fit in with them, but I guess show support. That because they have dreadlocks, and I guess that's why she put her hair like that. Hers looks weird on her. I don't know why. It just doesn't look looks weird.
Well, there's the old, I mean, I'm trying to think like how dreaded it looks. They've given a couple photos. So like her original photo, she looks like an old lady and her hair is up and it just kind of it looks okay. And then the one where she's being more intimate with Corlys, is that the one you're talking about?
Yeah,
where
the one
she
that
looks more dreaded.
Yeah, the one that I don't know. It's just, it looks weird. I'm not a fan. Not a fan of her hair. His hair is fine. Anyways, we're not fashion designers. Who fucking cares? We're not. I will say the one casting that caught me off guard, because everybody looks pretty cool. Christian Cole looks cool. Odo Hightower, he's cool. Alicent, of course. Missara, the White Worm.
Did you say Odo Hightower, Mr. Deep Space Nine?
I said. I swear I said Otto. Did I say Otto? Did I say Odo?
I don't know. I heard Odo.
Oh,
whether you said Odo, I'm not sure.
Otto Hightower, but no, Missara, the White Worm. She's sexy. Very good looking. Very good looking. I hopefully they gave her more of a role than she got in the Fire and Blood, because she looks fucking smoking. Reminds me of Anna Chaplin as Talisa from Rob's wife from season 2 and 3.
Oh yeah, everybody's favorite character.
Out of all the original characters we got for Game of Thrones, she's up there. She is smoking hot.
I mean, I'm more, you're right. The woman's a beautiful actress, obviously. I mean, I'm trying to think who else. I mean, the Sand Snakes were very attractive. Specifically,
the one with the short. I hate that she had short hair, but
Tyene and Lady Nim and
Lady Nim. I like Tyene. Look, regardless, we're not here to discuss titties and ass. Although
we're not here to just objectify people. I mean, these are all. Look, I mean, as I'm like objectify people, Matt Smith is funny looking.
But no, everybody looks good. I love the Kingsguard armor. Kingsguard armor looks fucking awesome. 100 times better than what we got in the original, where it just looked, by comparison, not that great. But this one looks awesome. Yeah. I love it. Everybody looks good.
That's Kristen Cole kneeling. Is that what we have? Yeah.
We don't have any other Kingsguard besides him, but he looks good. Everybody looks good. I'm excited. The one thing I'm not excited for is that fucking release date. God, I fucking hate that release date. I mean, it's great because we get all this fantasy stuff, like a day after the day, but it's just, for us YouTubers covering this crap, it's just such a slog. We're going to be so busy.
Everybody's like, boo-hoo, Carmine, boo-hoo.
No, I'm overreacting. It's just fuck. Oh, by the way, I was curious about, because there are a couple characters missing, and I asked Resident Crazy Person, but always on top of it, Dragon Demands. I asked him where Daron and Helena are. And according to him, Helena is Pia Saban, as predicted, and Daron won't be in season 1, but they'll mention him. They'll mention that he's in Old Town, which is a direct comparison to how they mentioned Stannis in Game of Thrones season 1, but didn't cast him until he needed to appear. So I'm assuming any other characters that are missing is that they'll probably do that and bring him in for season 2. I just don't see how they could stretch this out.
Well, I think some big ones like, where's Aegon?
No, he's there. He's been cast.
Okay, it's just I haven't seen a picture of him yet.
I think I showed you a picture of who they cast for Aegon, and
no, I know, but I'm talking in costume. Is he not appearing in the first season?
I'm sure he is, but for some reason, maybe the House of the Dragon official Twitter page didn't want to spam us with all these cast photos because there's a lot of characters.
I mean, yeah, I'm thinking. I haven't seen a picture of Breakbones. Is he going to be Harwin Strong Breakbones?
I don't. We know who's been cast as him, but I don't see him here.
Okay. And then Rhaenyra's 3 children, have they been all cast?
I believe we've seen leaked photos of them, but once again, nothing official. Okay,
and Aemond One Eye?
He looks the best well cast out of all of them. Like, he looks like a dude that is out of his mind. No official photo, but we know who's playing him. He looks fucking sick. The man has a very strong jawline.
Okay. Do you remember the name of the guy playing him?
No, but hold on. It's one eye. Google him real quick.
Yeah.
Actor. Wait, no. I'll just go to this. They'll have it. Played by Ewan Mitchell. And
Okay.
the dude looks very Aemon one-eyed. Like, that jaw, bro. That chin. That chin itself is a weapon. That's a man chin right there. Look at that. You see, did you Google him?
No.
Ewan Mitchell? Look at that. You gotta look at that chin. Oh my god. Look at this chin. I'm fucking jealous of this chin. This is Jay Leno's son right here. Look at that.
Oh, I see. Okay, that's a chin. That's a chin. Okay.
Fuck yeah, it is.
That's wow. That is like you're right. Besides Jay Leno, maybe Evil Dead, the Evil Dead 2 guy. He's got quite a chin.
Oh, Bruce Campbell.
Bruce Campbell. Mm-hmm. But I'm trying to think of So that's some impressive chin.
Let me show you the guy that got to play sorry, audience. It's been a minute since we've covered this. This is the guy that got to play Aegon II, and I was telling someone else this. He looks like the German Nazi officer in every World War II movie who's assigned to destroy that village. Look at him. Look at that face. That is a fucking that is Hitler's wet dream right there. Look at this man. I can see him as like Aegon.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So everybody's been cast very nicely.
Everybody and how many dragon seeds? I wonder like how many dragon seeds they're gonna like combine together.
I'm willing to bet that's gonna be season 2.
Okay, so we're not gonna get like Adam of Hull and Ulf the White and well, I guess we'll see. You know how you're right that it's like into the battle that they sort of say, okay, let's get some dragon seeds. Let's put them on some dragons.
Like I said, I think a lot of the characters that we're supposed to see are going to be like Cregan Stark. I don't even think he's going to be in season 1.
I mean, unless they're the Starks aren't part of the written Dance of the Dragons until the very end, with the Hour of the Wolf kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. Now, if they want to invent some stuff, because there's some random meetings here and there where one of I forget if it's Jace or Luke like flies up and meets the Starks for a second, and there's some sort of pact of ice and fire, and it's given like 3 lines. I mean, if they want to expand on that and like show the Starks earlier, it's possible.
Where one of her kids goes up to Winterfell, stays there for like a week or something, and supposedly like fucks around with Cregan's stepsister or
right. This is all like it's all stuff that was kind of like added in Fire and Blood, and that was not even in. It was kind of briefly mentioned in Princess and the Queen. That was expanded a little bit, but very, very little has actually been established on what happened, and so the show can kind of do what they want. If they want to expand the roles of Starks, they can. But the original story doesn't have very much from them.
Actually, I think I'm wrong, because the War of or what do they call it? The War of Ravens. Is it the War of Ravens where they're just sending ravens out in preparation just to gather forces? At one point, Aemon goes to Storm's End to get the Baratheon support, and one of the Baratheon daughters, she makes fun of him, and then which makes him go out and attack. Who was it, Jace, or was it Luke that got attacked?
Yeah, I always confuse Jace and Luke.
But one of the Baratheon daughters was cast. So if they're going to do the War of Ravens, then there's a chance we can get Cregan Stark as well in there.
Yeah.
You can't do a Thrones prequel without the Starks.
Yeah, I mean, it's true. I mean, and if I think they're going to be expanding the roles of the Starks, which I'm surprised they're not. We haven't heard that much casting on them, So maybe season 2 kind of stuff. You're right.
And we have to see like some. I really hope they don't stretch it out, because I'm expecting the war to start towards the very end. Because for the most part, there's not a lot of dragons fighting. Like leading up to the war. Like that'll be all season 2. Like a giant dragon war will be season 2. Season 1 is really just setting everything up. So hopefully the audience like isn't too ADHD about this, where they, because they're setting it up as like this dragon free for all day one, and it's really not that.
Yeah, I mean, can they find? That's a good question. Of can they find a natural point to end season 1 on, in a way that's as epic as ending season 1 of Game of Thrones, or ending the Game of Thrones, a Game of Thrones book? Like that is such an epic ending. Can you think of something in the dance that would be a natural point? And I don't know.
If they're following the beats that Game of Thrones did, where every episode 9, the penultimate episode is always the dreaded episode. Blood and Cheese would be episode 9. What it would be episode 10.
I mean, I suppose fairly early in the war is the battle of Aemond and at Storm's End with against Luke. So I suppose you could. I think if you're the best one I can come up with is the battle between Aemond and Luke over Storm's End as the climax to the season, because that's fairly early in the war. And then you kind of go on from there, right? Because you want at least one dragon battle in the season, right?
Yeah, and I can honestly already hear the critics bitching about that. Like, oh, they touted it as a huge dragon battle and we only got one. Ugh. I mean, yeah, pretty much. And it is going to follow season 1 of Thrones somewhat by, because you have King Viserys, the status quo is there, and then he's gone, and then everything goes to hell. So...
yeah. So I guess Aemond I mean, that's my guess. Aemond versus Luke. I mean, you could also end it like, oh, we're going to go to war. Dun, 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 end of season. And then next season, the war. But that's kind of boring, Like, you really want to see some action. You want to see some dragons flying about. And that's about
they could cover the Rogue Prince's escapades in the Stepstones.
They could. They could. I mean, but I don't know if they're really going to do that. Because the Stepstone War, like, we never really hear from those characters again. And so it'd be weird to introduce them and then to not use them later. Like, oh, and meanwhile, Aemond did this. Oh, okay. I mean, Daemon did this. Okay, well, why? Okay. I mean, it's I'm trying to think of something else exciting that happened prior to that, but
it really is just build up. Season 1, I personally, I wouldn't complain. Some of my favorite parts of the original Game of Thrones is, those first 4 episodes where everything is calm, everybody's chill, everything is just, slowly building up, the tension is rising. I like those moments where Ned is, just walking around King's Landing, trying to find out what's going on, and I like those nice, quiet, episode 3, those nice, quiet moments where Robert's still king, Ned's still suspicious, everybody's just moving pieces around. That was a nice moment. I look forward to more of that here, but we have a release date.
But can you think of, so season 1 of Game of Thrones, there was kind of a shocking thing that happened at the end of every single episode, right? So with
the exception of episode 3, yes.
Yeah. So episode 1, Bran falls from the tower.
Episode 2, he wakes up.
After episode 2, he wakes up. I'm trying. I can piece the endings. Okay, so
episode 3 is Ned looking at Arya doing her dance with Syrio.
So that's pretty boring. Yeah. Okay.
Episode 4. I think episode 4 is when Catelyn arrests Tyrion, and I think episode 5 is
that's pretty good.
Episode 5 is when Jaime and Ned fight. I think 6 is when Daenerys and Khal Drogo finish off Viserys. 8
yeah.
8 might be, I did warn you not to trust me.
Oh, so that's the coup. Failed coup.
Right. And 9 might...
Episode 9 is Ned's death.
And 10 is dragons being reborn.
Dragons being born. Yeah, so nearly... Yeah, you're right. All except for episode 3, where Ned is just viewing Arya, with her sword, and then he gives this, like, dour, scared look for some reason, and then foreboding look. That all of them ended with, like, something fairly shocking, right?
Yeah.
Can you come up with like 10 things that are going to be fairly shocking to end each episode of House of the Dragon? It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. I mean, I suppose you can end an episode with like the Breakbones getting hurt by Kristen Cole at the tourney.
That's not shocking.
It's not really when you compare it to when considering that was just like Sir Hugh, like a random kind of thing. Declaration of that they're going to run off or something, I don't know. Yeah, no, it doesn't. It just, they don't have the same beats built in, but maybe they'll come up with them. Maybe they'll find some stuff. Because, I mean, Rhaenyra getting passed over, for or like Viserys dying, and then Kristen Cole, declaring for Aegon. I don't know, just and like killing Beesbury and things like that at the small council. But trying to think of some other shocking things that happened. Maybe some sex stuff, that Mushroom claims.
He's not. I want him to be in there, but at the same time, people make comparisons to him and Tyrion, so whatever.
Which, in the text you're supposed to, but okay, yeah. You're definitely supposed to, considering like retconned Fire and Blood. He becomes Rhaenyra's advisor. So, in the original writings, when George did Princess and the Queen and Rogue Prince, like Mushroom is just a fool. And then when Fire and Blood came out, he like rewrote things to make Mushroom Rhaenyra's advisor. So, okay.
There it is. But no, August 21st, I'm excited and dreading it at the same fucking time.